So, you've decided to start a new business. You've got a great idea, you've done your research and identified a real need for your product or service, and developed a great strategy to launch this great new business. You've got a few hurdles though, and the biggest one is how do you get the capital you need to get started? As you may have already figured out, lenders don't particularly like startup businesses. They know by history that depending on the industry, a startup business is a much higher risk for them and tend to shy away. They want to see how a business is trending first. Well, obviously, if you haven't even launched yet, how can you show any income? You haven't even made your first sale yet. So who would lend you money? Well, one group stands out, Lone Star Capital Inc. Lone Star actually looks at lending money to pre-revenue startup businesses. That's right, Lone Star Capital is a great option for businesses that have yet to even earn their first dime. Lone Star Capital is good to work with because they understand small business dynamics. They won't bog you down, asking you for a 100-page business plan or a slow and tedious application process. Instead, you'll start with a simple pre-qualification form and a relaxed phone conversation with them. The overall application process is very simple and requires little paperwork. Lone Star's strengths are their flexibility for startup businesses, their easy application process, and their quickness to funding. However, due to the higher risk of an unsecured loan, Lone Star has a higher requirement for credit scores. You'll need to have a personal credit score of 700 or higher. That's one of the highest credit score requirements out there for an alternative lender. But that's their trade-off for working with pre-revenue startup businesses because they are investing in you, the business owner. If you have a proven track record of paying debts on time, and you don't have a habit of living beyond your means by carrying a lot of debt, then they're willing to work with you. Now, it's important to understand that they don't always fund every loan themselves. Depending on the characteristics of your business and its needs, Lone Star Capital Inc. may match you up with one of several lenders in their network, which means you have a lot of opportunities for a lending solution. Now, if you've heard that Lone Star offers loans to very low credit score applicants, it's true, but it's important to understand that those loans are not referring to startup capital. For startup businesses, you'll want to have a credit score of 700 or more. If you meet that requirement, you should also have a lower debt-to-income ratio of 35% or less. If this sounds like you, then you should check out LoneStarCapitalInc.com or call them at 737-356-7599.